Hello, EagleSong Gardener here. I'm at Ravencroft Garden. It's the third quarter of November in 2020, and we have just dug an Elecampane root. It's the Ennula helenium, and the root is a large root. This root has probably been in the ground about 10 years, and I just want to show you what makes this root so fascinating to me, and help you understand a little bit about the medicine of Elecampane, because we get to know the plant itself. So here you can see it's a large storage root. This is a clumping root. It holds fast to the ground. It sends out what I call octopus arms that anchor it into the ground. But this part of the root is really about storing the energy that is going to take for this root mass to grow a plant that's 7 to 8 feet tall in our gardens. I've seen Ennula in wild places, and she's just a little bit short, like she's maybe 3-4 feet before she blooms. So we have increased fertility, lots of water, and the plant likes heavy clay soil. So it's a great plant for people who live in an area with heavy clay soil, and also works well, which we'll talk about later in our apothecary part of this, but it works well in the lungs and chest where moving water and earth is important. All right, so let's look some more at this root and see what we've got here. So we have the long anchoring roots, the tendrils, and we turn it over and we see there's other roots in this root mass. We've already pre-washed the root. Okay, so this one has a yellow root, and so we follow it up. We know this is not part of the Elecampane, but she was certainly tucked in tight when I dug the root out of the earth. So here we have a dock, and this is actually a Pacific red dock, has such yellow roots. It's used interchangeably with red and yellow dock here in the Northwest. So we're going to set that aside. And then look here, we've got this other kind of root forming here that is decidedly different than the hair roots coming off the Elecampane. So let's see what we've got here. We're going to take out this, and we find a bulb. So when you start digging roots in the wild, they don't live out there all by themselves. They are intertwined in communities, and you'll need to pay attention when you start to do your harvesting, or even in your own garden, because this is certainly a garden plant here at Ravencroft. All right, now we have this other root that I see, and look, it's red. It's got a red quality to it, and it actually is, oh look here, it's the other side of it is over here. We can pull it back and forth. This is the root of the yew. The Elecampane is growing in a yew hedge, so we're taking that out. Now we're down, we've got the preliminary wash. We're down to, I think we've got most of the roots that are not Elecampane have been identified and removed. So let's look at the top. We have these great hollow spots here, and this is a place where the root had sent tops up, and then the stems, which are this part here, have died away, leaving a cave, a hollowed out cave. What are these? These are the crowns. Each one of these crowns can grow another entire plant. So here you can see one small crown that's growing out one of those thong roots, getting herself anchored to the earth, and any of these can be divided. When we get done with looking at the form of the root and all the different things to look for when you're harvesting root, we will put the plant root on the table and do the surgery, if you will, or perhaps if you're more animal oriented, we do the butchering, but we don't actually say that. We're just dividing the plant because we're going to create more plants for propagation, we're going to create plant material to dry, and we're going to create medicine from the root. So I look forward to seeing you at the next episode of Rootin', what do you call this?
Rootin' Around.
Rootin' Around. We're out here, Sally and I are rooting around at Ravencroft. Awesome. See you there.